In Africa, stories are not just stories, they are weapons. And last week, Cameroon quietly dropped a weapon of its own. A statement so sharp, so unprecedented, that it sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles and exposed a chapter of the Anglophone crisis that the world was never supposed to see. Tonight, we break down what Cameroon said, who they were pointing at, and why this confrontation is a part of a much larger struggle stretching from Yaoundé to Bamako and beyond. Let's begin. In a public address, Cameroon's government made a bold statement. A statement that foreign nations historically tied to its colonial past may be contributing to the very instability they claim to help solve. They didn't shout the name, they didn't point the finger directly, but every African knew who they meant. Cameroon accused certain external partners of fueling the Anglophone conflict through back-channel pressure, influencing narratives to paint the government as unstable, arming or enabling armed groups indirectly, and undermining Cameroon's sovereignty through intelligence manipulation. Observers, analysts, and commentators all connected the dots because in Central Africa, when a government speaks of foreign partners exploiting crisis, they are rarely speaking about Portugal or Sweden. Cameroon's statement aligns with years of whispers from military officers, journalists, and regional observers. Weapons do not magically appear in conflict zones. They travel, they are permitted, they are tolerated. And Cameroon hinted at this pattern. One, reports have long suggested that these weapons originate from supply chains running through Chad, Central African Republic, and basically other transit corridors historically influenced by France's military presence. Next, basically rebel groups acquiring sophisticated equipment. And now the Cameroonian forces have repeatedly seized modern rifles, encrypted radios, advanced logistic materials, none of which comes from village markets. They also hinted at the timing of weapon influx matching diplomatic tensions because every time Cameroon rejects foreign pressure, armed groups seem to mysteriously gain new strength. Cameroon didn't accuse France directly, but they did something more powerful. They described the pattern, and the pattern pointed itself. Do you get what I'm saying? See, Cameroon's message became sharper when they talked about intelligence penetration. For decades, France maintained military advisors inside African dense ministries. Intelligence sharing agreements written during colonial times, liaison officers embedded within counter-terror units, and access to regional surveillance networks. Cameroon hinted at foreign intelligence services that basically shape media narratives, fuel diplomatic pressure, influence crises assessment, and then frame the government as incompetent or abusive. This is not new. This is the same script we saw in Mali, the same script we saw in Burkina Faso, the same one in Niger, Central African Republic. Whenever an African nation asserts independence, anonymous sources, security experts, and Western analysts suddenly flood the media with dire warnings. It's a playbook. Cameroon is finally calling it out. See, Cameroon, right, sits on oil, timber, cobalt, rare minerals, and one of Central Africa's most important ports. Stability could allow Cameroon to negotiate better deals, reduce dependency, from harsher regulations on multinational companies, and strengthen regional cooperation with non-foreign and non-French partners. Instability does the opposite. Instability weakens the government, forces reliance on foreign assistance, keep Western companies in privileged positions, and allows external influence to enter through security corporations and then come back to justify foreign military presence or intelligence presence. This is why the Anglophone crisis attracts so much sudden foreign concern. We're seeing the concern in other regions too. When a nation bleeds, predators drink. Cameroon stated clearly, we will not accept any form of external manipulation disguised basically as mediation. This language was calm but calculated. They accused certain foreign actors of weaponizing the crises, redirecting the narrative, attempting to influence internal decisions, basically fueling rebellion through channels of convenience. And then Cameroon warned. It says, Cameroon will not allow its sovereignty to be negotiated. This is new. Cameroon has historically avoided confrontations with friends, but the world has changed. After Mali, after Niger, after Burkina Faso, the silence is breaking. Across the continent, a new truth is emerging. Africa is tired of the narrative warfare, right? Africa is tired of shadow influence. Africa is tired of instability that profits outsiders. And Cameroon's statement fits into a growing continental pattern. Mali expelled French forces. Niger removed military agreements. Burkina Faso reclaimed its autonomy. We have Chad raising questions, and Congo is reconsidering partnerships. Then Senegal is also shifting politically. Gabon is rewriting old arrangements. Look, a storm is coming, a storm of sovereignty. Cameroon exposed something deeper than an accusation. They exposed the architecture of foreign influence. And once that architecture becomes visible, it can no longer operate in the dark. This is the turning point, not just for Cameroon, but for Africa. Because every time an African nation speaks boldly, another wall of silence collapses. Every time a government exposes manipulation, another generation wakes up. And every time a country refuses to bow, Africa stands taller. We are entering a new era, one where Africa no longer accepts stories written for us. We write our own stories. And today, Cameroon picked up the pen. Family, if you want Africa to keep exposing the truth, if you want more voices breaking the silence, then support this mission. Like the video, comment your thoughts because I would love to hear them. Subscribe and stay with us for the next chapter. Every engagement we have strengthens a rising African narrative, one that refuses distortion, refuses manipulation, and refuses silence. So as always, we have to stay sharp, we have to stay aware, we have to stay sovereign because Africa's story is ours to tell now.